Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our Divine Femme Collective reading. So whether you're here to balance yourself out between the two energies or if you're here to check into a twin flame connection, there definitely is a message for you here today. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So today we do have Skemet, the Red Lady, coming out. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. And this is such an important card coming out, especially for the Divine Femme, because too often when we are distorted, we are told that we are not allowed to express our emotions, especially that of anger. That when we express anger, we become unreasonable, we become unruly, we become less womanly. When the truth of the matter is that all of our emotions are valid and that the way we express them is truly not necessarily the issue, but the concern to have. So when you're looking to express your anger, be sure to find loving ways to express it. Do not become passive aggressive, and understand that there's a difference between passive aggressive and assertive, and understanding exactly where that line is, because often the two are very close to each other. A lot of times passive aggressive behaviors are actually assertive, and it just depends on the perception that others are projecting onto you. But to be sure to look into yourself with that loving energy that we are always encouraged to have, and ask yourself, how are you truly expressing this? Is it out of spite? Is it out of hate, or is it out of love? And understanding too that you do not deserve to be so frustrated within this life, within this world, and to understand that what you are working for is so much greater than those around you. Understand that the strength that you have within you was meant to be expressed. You were not meant to be held back. You were not meant to be told that you were less than. You were not meant to have to struggle so hard in a world just to make sense of it. And instead, I'm hearing it instead, it is time to release those feelings, those emotions of less than, and to step into something greater. And yes, this is something I believe very thoroughly, but it's true for any change that is happening within ourselves and within the world. Anger is part of grief. It is one of those stages that we go through, and it is something that you have to feel and go through. And again, simply the way that we express it is more around what we need to focus on, and to take a step back and understand how we are expressing it, and then we can better move forward in light and in love. Okay, and then our tarot, we have the King of Wands coming out today. And so I really enjoy this energy for us because we are seeing a lot of fiery energy around us. Also, because this is a manifestor card. This is the one of the ultimate manifestor cards. This is understanding the steps from that creative creation point to seeing the full plan all the way towards the end, and knowing exactly which steps you need to take. So again, you have this energy within you. So if you are angry right now, understanding that your anger has a purpose is going to be so important. And to understand that you can see the starting point of what you need to do and all the steps you need to take in order to have it truly manifested. And so if you have any goals that you're working on right now, I do believe we have the new moon coming up at the time of this recording. So if you have any goals that you are working on right now, go ahead during this last crescent phase, burn away all that does not serve you, so that you can let go of any fear, anxiety, all of these intense emotions, and then you can step into knowing exactly what you want and your intentions and how you're going to be able to achieve them, and make actionable steps for each habit or each intention that you're truly setting with this coming new moon. And then we do have the Sun coming out. And so again, a literally very fiery card. Skemet is also a solar deity. So, and it is so interesting. So ultimately what we're seeing again is just this reemergence of fire and energy, and this beautiful confirmation from Spirit saying that the way that you work within this world is how it is meant to be. So you will find success for your goals. You will find success. You will find a successful outlet for your emotions, and you will be able to essentially show the people who are working against you how you are trying to build just a simply better world. And so your anger is going to turn into so much more, and you are going to find that peace that you were looking for, not just for yourself, but for those that you are supporting, is the main messages coming out. All right, and then we do have the Three of Coins coming out. And so again, I enjoy this energy coming out with this. Very interesting. She has peacock feathers, just like the King of Wands card did. And Three of Coins is a lot about community and working with others. And so this is understanding too that as frustrating as it may be right now to work with others, that is part of your purpose, is to essentially be a leader among these people and to help guide them. But you are also learning, that is the best part about being a leader, is that you are still always learning from those around you. So do not essentially become entitled in your position. Don't let that be part of where your anger is coming from, and understand how maybe you need to take a step down so that the community can better support you and be a part of the mission that you are working on, because it is so important right now for you to recognize exactly why you're angry or frustrated and who you are working against, because you are not alone is a very firm message within this. There is a supportive group around you who has the same ideals and goals as you, and you are going to be able to connect with them, and you are going to be able to move forward with the vision that you have. Okay, and then our wisdom. So we do have forbidden coming out. So very interesting energy to complement this. Essentially what I'm hearing though is that there are certain things that you have been trying to force against. That's why you're so angry, because you have been trying to turn a certain group or crowd to seeing the way that you think, and that is not the way that you're going to be able to move forward. You are meant to be an inspiration. You are not meant to bang down a door and take over the situation. You are meant to work in collaboration. You are meant to see truly what is meant for you and what is not meant for you. So again, as the King of Wands energy is coming through, you are able to see the ending point and all the steps building up to it. And so once you take that step back though, you will see that you have been getting frustrated trying to unlock the wrong door. And simply at this time, that is more for your protection, because if you were to step into that forbidden place, instead what would happen is that your anger, that fire, would engulf you, and it would be used against you rather than for you. Okay, interesting. So we do have trapped coming right after that. And so this is really just telling me that, again, this feeling, this anger you have trapped within yourself, and you need to express it. You need to find those loving boundaries around you that you can have and still be able to express yourself. So I do say this often: if there is anyone who is making you doubt yourself, it's time for firmer boundaries with that person. So understand what is forbidden for you. Understand how you are being trapped within your life, how you are allowing yourself to be caged, because ultimately it's not impossible, but most of the time when we are feeling trapped or caged, it is because of certain decisions and choices that we have made to get to that point, and we have allowed others to put us there. So you are meant to be free. You are this beautiful bird shining through. You are part of the sun who is definitely not caged. It's, anyways, back to it. Point is, okay, so the point is, in regards to the sun, is that you cannot cage the sun, because the light will still continue to shine through. Okay? So there is this interesting energy of recognizing how much you are fighting against things that are not meant for you, how you're fighting to be a part of those things that instead would entrap you. Okay? And then we do have a mindful message coming through. I apologize, I'm not going to be able to get it to focus. Okay, I love working together with others and how it makes once impossible dreams possible. I see there is strength in unity and how much we can accomplish together. Asking for help is not weak, it is powerful. And so this is absolutely wonderful to come out, because we are seeing that you have this interesting energy where you are trying to force others to see the way that you see rather than working with them. And that is the better message for today, is that you are meant to work with others. You are meant to see exactly how there is support around you for the goals and dreams that you have. So simply a need to turn away from those who would rather work against you, who would rather put you in a defensive position. Instead, work with those who are able to see the light within you, who are able to cultivate the light within themselves, and who essentially agree with you to where you can really understand each other. And yes, you will still learn from them. You are still different people, and so together you will evolve into something bigger and truly be able to create your intentions. I'm also getting a very big family vibe here. So whether that is your literal family that you've been fighting with, or just your soul family, there is a message here around the fact that it is time to make certain amends. There's time to make certain acceptance for those within your life and how you view this world differently, and understanding where that boundary is, again, and understanding when it is too far and when you are unable to reconcile the differences is important, rather than letting yourself to always be angry. All right, and then next we do have all is okay. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I am thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. And so this is absolutely beautiful energy, a great message to maintain with yourself because you are going through these emotions. That's exactly how you go through these emotions, is that you feel them, you understand them, and you understand how they're working for your greater purpose and how you have evolved through those emotions because you are working through that anxiety, that fear, and especially that anger, and bringing yourself into a much firmer light. Okay? And then my future self can handle it is one of our affirmations today. And so this is an absolutely wonderful affirmation because it kind of goes with that all is okay. That's something that I have always believed is just stating I'm definitely going to be all right. I'm definitely going to be okay is so important because your future self can handle it. Any point where you're at right now simply means that you are learning the lessons you need to in order to move forward. And that's again why we have this King of Wands and the Sun energy coming out for you, because I just noticed there's a Sun in the King of Wands as well. So a lot of solar energy, which is so great and bright. But that is, again, assuring that the future is going to be there for you and that you are going to be okay. Okay? And then we also have, I must jump first. I know the universe will catch me. All right? So just again, just trusting not only in yourself, but also the universe. So these are some very firm messages coming through that no matter how you feel right now, you may be feeling trapped, you may be feeling like you've been hitting yourself against a locked door. And something I believe we talked about before is the fact of sometimes when you're trying so hard to get into a locked door, it's simply because you were meant to be outside of it. You were meant to be on the other side, free and wild. Okay, and so next we do have our Rumi card. And it is 17, the human gift. O heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Such attraction is offered by the beloved, with sweetness and generosity, yet jealousy comes from you, with so much doubt and suspicion. Rumi. Do you bemoan your lack of faith? Do you berate yourself, blazing angel, because you have moments where you cannot bring yourself to trust and love more than you trust in your fear? Do you lament and worry that you could or should be living in greater surrender, and yet when is light more precious than when it arises from darkness? When is trust more admirable than when it involves an uncertain yet bold leap of faith? O human angel, your path is perfection in the divine sense, not in some artificial absence of struggle, but in the wrestling of darkness and light that ignites the fire within your holy heart. So rise up now from your doubts and admonishments, and let your human self be loved. Even for all of doubt, you are still a cherished one of the great beloved, and always shall be. Be kind to your heart. You may believe it to be wary from doubt and distrust, so much heartbreak and so many agonies, yet still it beats. Still it persists with unquestioning allegiance to life. What a grand heart it is, this sacred heart of yours. How can it be worthy of anything other than tenderness, gratitude, acknowledgement, and appreciation? Do not plague your heart with falsehoods and expectations of some disembodied perfection. The perfection of your heart is that it loves still. Even if you try to stop it with some notion of self-protection from future hurt through doubt or fear, still it loves. It is perfection that it hopes even after despair, that it holds compassion even after experiences of fear. So then, what is there left to do but breathe the grandest sigh of relief and allow yourself the essential luxury of peace within? So then everything is all right, even at some moments it seems not to be. Still your heart beats in honor of life. The heart can be nurtured and coaxed into gentle acceptance of all that is, and the divine sight will become available to you. Yes, sacred sight is what is behind this oracle for you now. Beloved, you are meant to be witnessing something important, something that will make the presence of the divine in your affairs more real to you. It will be something you can come to count on at all times, and in that gain greater peace and the realization that yes, it is safe to trust and surrender. Indeed, it is the only safe and sane and sensible way to live. It is also the most fun way to live, and you are allowed to live this way if you so choose. It is not shirking your duty as a responsible adult. It is not deluding yourself and turning away from the real world. Rather, surrender is placing responsibility where it is placed, firmly in the hands of that part of you wise enough to know the great beloved is wiser still, and that your life unfolds according to the great beloved's grace. So for now, take comfort in this oracle. Just for a moment, let your heart be honored and loved by you, and imagine that you can crack open a window in the dustiest chamber of your own heart temple to let the light of the divine stream in. You may see the angel reaching to assist you, and you may receive the gift of understanding, insight, and revelation. You may feel peace, or you may finally allow your heart to break once more to shed those old grievances and be free and fresh to live and love again. Or you may quietly realize you are human, you are light and dark of heaven and earth. What a perfect blend you are of all that can possibly be. You are an extraordinary, living, divine experiment in the making, and you are sacred and cherished and loved by the great beloved. So do not fear your fear, but do doubt your doubt with compassion. Let it be and let it go. You are human after all, and your journey is beyond description. Just remember, if you are ever in need of great beloved, there is a place where sacred tryst is always available to you, in the temple of your heart with the window cracked open, so that doubt can fly out and love can breathe freely. This oracle comes with a special guidance for you. You are, or soon will be, seeing with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second-guess yourself or chalk it up to the wild imagination on your part. You are asked to trust in your perceptions, that when they come from your heart, although what you perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment in it. See what is truthfully there, be in the compassionate nature of your heart, and you shall also be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness, either within yourself or within others and the world around you. Sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands on your heart and say the following aloud. I love you. You are strong, brave, and powerful. You are gentle, vulnerable, and inspired. You are truth. You are insight. You are wisdom. You are life. I love you and you are safe. You are the divine made flesh. You, my precious heart, my precious connection to life. I adore you. Thank you for loving. Let us open the inner window and let the stale emotion out and breathe in fresh life now, for you are to be well and thrive according to love's grace and wisdom. I trust in what you know and what you see. In compassion I honor all perceptions of truth, so be it. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Don't forget to comment below to gain some support from a like-minded community, and I will see you guys next time. Blessed be.